All right. Ruby.
Yes.
Ruby, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
You had mom and dad when you were growing up?
My dad was in Iran. I'm Eritrean, Persian, Iranian, and Mexican. And so my dad stayed in Iran, and my mom raised me in Dallas, Texas by herself.
How would you describe your childhood?
Different. My mom was an actress, and so she suffered mental health issues, and she actually raised me as a girl, gave me a girl government name, everything. She played a role where she was pregnant in some soap opera in Mexico, and she actually gave me the same name as the character that she was pregnant with and everything.
So your actual given name is?
Alexandria Jasmine Marquez.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So your mom raised you as a girl?
My mom raised me as a girl from infant, baby. I got baby pictures. I got, elementary school pictures, of me, in a dress with the matching, hat, gloves, socks.
So how did that affect you as a
confused? I was confused, but in a Mexican home, we're taught as kids that you're not supposed to question your parents, whatever they ask you to do, even if they're asking you to jump off a bridge, you got to do it. You don't ask questions. You just follow directions, I guess.
Wow. And did that affect the way you were raised, in high school?
A little bit.
Was it difficult?
It was kind of perplexing for me, because there's a lot of pressure being a girl. A lot of things that are little things. The design of I guess raising a girl and the things that that are important. It's just completely different to guys or just a normal male. I guess growing up, it's just crazy.
Yeah. And how far did you go in school?
I went all the way to college.
You did?
Yeah. People from elementary school, middle school, high school, and college to this day don't even know that I was even a guy.
Is that right?
Yep. Cheerleader, prom queen, all of that.
And when you were in gym class, you went to
dress out in the women's side.
And what about the locker room?
Females, yeah.
But at some point, that becomes a problem. No.
No, I was always, my mom always prepped me. She gave me little, tips to prep myself before, even I started hormone blockers when I was from 9 to 8. So I wouldn't hit puberty from at the age of 10.
But did the gym teacher, they didn't know?
No, nothing,
And you would keep it private in the locker room?
Mm-hmm. I'd always be at the far corner at the end, or I'd be on the other side,
Wow.
But I'd always come I'd always take a shower at home or something,
Oh, I see. Right. And then since you're at home or in college, where did your life go since then?
After that, so I grew up in Dallas, Texas, and when I was 14, we moved to New Mexico, and I went out there, and that's where I went to high school, finished high school, and I went to college out there, to university. I went to New Mexico State University and went to high school, Las Cruces High School.
So you probably didn't have a whole lot of problems.
No, fitting in and blending in. Yeah,
everyone just believed you were female.
Yeah, nobody ever questioned me. Not until now. Now in my older years, they start saying, "Are you transgender?" But back in the day, because
here in LA, they're more savvy. They're more tuned into it.
Yeah, because it's you see it more often. You're able to recognize it when you see trannies everywhere, all over LA. You kind of can tell the difference between, especially the women out here. They're beautiful. So are the transgenders, but
Yeah, the transgenders are sometimes they put much more effort into
it.
And they become more beautiful.
Yeah, it's just I guess it's all just a with your mind things. Like my mom, when I was 6 or 7, she used to always tell me to look in the mirror and say, if I believe that I'm a woman, the world would see a woman. So subconsciously, she was teaching me something that was more than she was teaching me the art of illusion, I guess.
Do you feel like you weren't even given a choice?
No, and I used to question it all the time. I was very suicidal from 11 to 13, and I was, because I wanted to be a boy. I told her that she robbed me from that. And
you wanted to be a boy.
I wanted to be a boy. Just because it's so much pressure. Being a girl. I'd go to birthday parties, and I'd go to I was a pageant baby, so like she had me go to birthday parties. I was in Latino cake. I couldn't play in the play area. I couldn't, you know, she didn't want me to scar up, get bruises. Like I had a very, you know, she was very strict and disciplined. But you know, towards the end, now that I see it, I love it. I love it because she gave me self control. She gave me self discipline. You know, in a lot of ways. But at the time, it's not fun. It's not fun, you know, being able to go to a birthday party, everybody's eating cake, and I couldn't, you know, because she had me on a diet. It was crazy.
Wow. Because you were in pageants?
Yeah, pageants. I did a lot of modeling, like from 13 till I was 21. I was, you know, I flew out to Paris, everything for my first, you know, my first really big photo shoot was when I was 13. We went to Paris, and there was a nude, you know, with other women, and it was just, you know, crazy because I just didn't feel confident. You know, I didn't feel like I looked like these other girls, but you know, it worked. It worked. You know, the look that I had at the time.
So today you're living where?
I live right down the street, right here in the SRO called the Eugene.
Right here in Skid Row?
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been there?
I've been here 7 years now. Before here, I was in Hollywood, but I was homeless in Hollywood. You know, I was
And being homeless and transgender,
it's hard. You know,
it's got to be hard, right?
Yeah, because you know we're not real women, so we need a bathroom. We need to shave. We need to, you know, certain little things that, you know, that. But I mean, if you do your transition correctly, you don't have to worry about these things. You know, hormone therapy, you know, go getting LASIK, and you know, just being, you know, it's crazy how out here, you know, it's like they purposely keep transgenders with addictions, or they keep them with some kind of defect, because if a transgender was sober and you were to put any mission in front of a transgender, they would kill it every time. They would execute it, you know. But it's easier for them to keep a tranny in an addiction, so they're not able to progress, because, you know, they fear that if you ever met a transgender who's sober, they got money, they're rich, everything that they want, they manifest it because they're that powerful, you know. But a lot of trannies, you know, that's including myself, you know, we battle with drug addiction. We battle with it goes deeper than that, you know. It's just all the injustices that we go throughout the day, you know, or just, you know, simple little comments, you know, just because we put ourselves on front line to be criticized, to be the joke, to be, you know. But like, I feel like we got more balls than a real man. You know, I'm sitting here going to the world wearing a girl's outfit and a wig, with my head held up.
It makes you tough, right?
Yeah.
What is your drug?
Crystal meth and weed.
Crystal meth.
Yep. I kind of slowed down a lot on the crystal, just because you know, a lot of my friends are dying, you know, and right now it's just this fentanyl epidemic is crazy. You know, everybody's dying from fentanyl, and they got it looking like crystal, so it's kind of like that. And I lost like one of my sons to it over here, so it's crazy, you know.
And how do you, since you've been homeless, how do you support yourself?
Oh, well, I'm not homeless now, but when I did, I was you know, I was selling drugs at first. Here in Skid Row, I was in front of the Mission selling heroin for like a lot, like I want to say 7 years, and I was linked up with 18th Street at the time. You know, that's who had me working, and then I went to prison, got out, and then once I got out of prison, I became very how do you say? I became very scared. You know, like so I wouldn't steal, I wouldn't do any of the things that I used to do whenever.
More paranoid.
Mm-hmm. And so like I went to a program, I went in and I got this SRO, and I've been, you know, doing that ever since, trying to just have some kind of, you know, change, you know, because a lot of
transgender women will do sex work to support themselves sometimes.
Yeah, and even occasionally now, like I'll sit there and, you know, whenever I need to pay a bill or I don't have, you know, because I'm living off of GR and food stamps, like sometimes I want to get my nails done and my feet done, so I know there's a guarantee. It's not that far, you know, right here. Fashion District is, you know, the area for us, you know, so it's crazy that that I live like right down the track too, because it's just like whenever I want to make some money, that's when I go, and I make what I need to make, but I don't, you know, I don't ever abuse. I just go just to get what I need, and I get out, you know.
No bad experiences doing that?
Yeah.
That's got to be dangerous, right?
I've got kidnapped, I've got raped, I've got held hostage.
I've heard it all.
You
So the
know?
same thing from every girl that does this.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you would think that, because we're not women, but it's just like I feel for the ones that are feminine, the ones that are passable, like especially if they're not, if they're petite or whatever, like they really do, and I'm a victim of that where, I can't fight with, estrogen. When you take estrogen, it breaks down all the muscle and all over your body. So you have, everything is soft. You have no strength. You actually get weaker when you take hormones, So it's just like that strength, it gets as it's not like a woman, but just quite as much, the same, disabilities and weaknesses,
What emotions do you go through?
I go through 1,000 emotions throughout the day. I can be in a good mood or, and walk into a store and sometimes women, especially I get a lot from women is sometimes they don't know that I'm transgender. And so they'll just see somebody who's attractive and automatically it'll be that. And then I'll be like, oh, well, I'm somebody's son. You shouldn't feel like that. You're where I want to be. And it's just like, I made it worse for myself because now they're just, like, faggot this, faggot that, get him out of here, get him out the store,
From other women you get?
Huh?
From other women you get this?
Like a majority of them, out here in LA, it's all about face value. I've noticed, like, if you're pretty or if you're attractive or you're good looking, you get VIP. And, you can tell the difference. They always treat attractive people way better than, the average person. So out here, that's one thing that I hate is just like, depending how you look is how, you'll get served, Yeah.
And what about your love life? Do you have
Nobody right now, that guy was just somebody I had just met, but other than that, a relationship isn't for me. Every relationship that I've been with has been abusive, and it's just because I'm somebody who's too self-sufficient, even in a relationship, I don't feel that I need the help, or I don't need, if he can bring what he brings, that's his problem, I always take care of me, and that's always an issue,
So, Ruby, what would you say is the most important thing you've learned in your life?
Maturity, I'm going to say, to always be mature, in every situation, to take it on with a little bit of maturity because you got to be the bigger person, you got to be the adult in a lot of, well, at least it's in my life, because I get put on, so many different situations where, I should stand up for myself, but it's not going to help any situation, So I have to be mature, and just be like, okay, well, I'm going to walk away. Don't say nothing. Just keep walking,
All right. All right, Ruby. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.